Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea Radio, where we interview awesome singers, songwriters, and those who influence their lives. Spill the Tea Radio explores the journey, creativity, and inspiration behind the songs. My next guest is a Juno award-winning artist who blends rap, pop, and R&B. Along with his many accomplishments, he garnered a solo summer residency at Toronto's iconic Casa Loma and brought soul in the city to the venue. The success of Soul in the City led to a collaboration with Westjet and the Westjet boarding sessions with our guest recording Canadian hits and interviewing legendary Canadian musicians. So, let's spill the tea with Sean Jones. Welcome, Sean.
Hey, thank you for having me. Woohoo!
So many questions popping into my head now. I want to talk about your boy band experience out of the 90s. But first, I want to drill down on the number of genres that you're influenced by, and even the number of genres that you write music in.
Yep.
Some artists struggle with that, with moving quickly from one genre to another genre. They say they're afraid to lose their audience that they've built. So you
Yep.
build an audience in R&B, and then you move more into pop. Uh, how do you feel about that? It obviously is not a concern for you because you've done it. But what's the good, the bad, and the ugly of switching genres as you've done?
I don't know. It was a problem for me actually. I think at the core root of myself, I love writing songs. Like I just enjoy writing songs. So I hear country songs in my head. I hear rock songs in my head, like all day long. In my head, I'm writing like tunes or coming up with ideas, and whether or not I lay them down or not, that's a whole other thing. So for me, just being pigeonholed into one thing has always kind of like been annoying to me, to be honest with you, because I'm
Mm.
just like, it's just music, man, and we should just be able to sing whatever it is that we want to sing. And if a song is great, it's great. Like, why does it need to be attached to any particular persona or skin color or like it just doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense to me. And in my career over time, like I remember being told to watch the lyrics that I'm writing because quote unquote they're too urban or too
Oh,
black,
oh,
and we're going to offend or scare off some other folks. And it's just like, oh man, it I tell you, there's been some times in this journey that I've just been like, this is nuts. Like this is just crazy. We're not
I
allowed to actually be the artists that we actually want to be.
so who is it that sees color in music? Is it the record companies? Is it
Yes.
the streaming platforms? Is it booking agents? Who sees color in music?
It's the executives, it's the gatekeepers, it's the label heads for sure. It's the A&Rs who think they know what it is that they should be doing, or the music that should be coming out that should be attached to whatever face or body. And definitely agents as well, for sure, because they've got to sell that product to venues and to
Right.
other people, right? And so it's easier. It's so much easier to say no, something won't work than just to try it and do the hard work to, you know what I mean? To like do the work to pave the road. That has always been, and I find it in the Canadian music industry especially, that has always been the thing. It's so much easier just to say no, it doesn't work because I don't know how to do it. So I'm just going to say no, it doesn't work.
Hmm.
And that has stopped the progress of so many different artists here, and that's why many of them have gone to the States in order to
Right.
make it. And then all of a sudden they come back here, and those same record labels that said, "Oh, well, it won't work," are all of a sudden like, "Oh yeah, yeah,
We
he's
knew it.
ours. They're ours. We knew
We
it.
knew it.
We knew it all along." I could tell you some like ridiculous stories of like major label heads that take they think that they're the ones that made these artists pop. And it's just like, no, man, you had nothing to do with this. Nothing. But they take the
Well,
credit.
a lot of scared people use no as a way to protect their own jobs.
Yes.
Let's take a trip back to the 90s and the boy band that you were in Essence.
Mm,
Uh, what was that time like? You were around the same time as some of the other boy bands that we remember from the 90s.
yep.
What was it like for you? How did they put it together? Was it like other boy bands where they found uh four or five guys and just jammed them together, or did you start out as a group yourself?
Oh no, no, there was nobody put us together. I was someone had heard that I could sing at my school. They knew another guy at another school. That guy knew three other guys who were looking to like restart another group. And so we all just came together one day at Michael Pope's house and we were battling. So it was me and Michael against these three other gentlemen, Andrew Grange, Stephen Brown, and Oba Hyacinth. And we just started singing back and forth, and we created like a friendship and a camaraderie, and that's how, in essence, began. One of the guys dreamt that they saw In Essence on a massive billboard, and so that's how the name came about. And we just started doing like talent shows all over the place, in Mississauga, Toronto. We even did a talent show for a Motown contract.
Hmm.
And we ended up coming in second place. I still believe we probably should have won it because we were pretty creative back then and crafty. But it led us to just keep on going, and it was just fun. Like for me personally, I was thinking about doing law in university. Like that was my thing. I was in high school. I was about to finish up. I was gonna go to York. Law was like in my head. My parents, wanted that, and I was just like, yeah, cool. I can see myself doing that. Until I actually got to university and realized how much time I would need to spend in a library, and was just like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Um, but I was still in university and still with these guys, and it was just fun. It was a way to meet women, lots and lots of women. It was a great way to do
Uh,
that because man,
every young boy's dream. You touched on university, and we often talk about family support from parents for their budding artists, and many parents just say, "Well, listen, why don't you do that music thing on the side? Go get an education, become a lawyer, become a doctor, become an engineer, become something, and you can do that music thing on the side." And whether it was your parents' advice or not, you did follow that. You ended up getting a degree in kinesiology.
yep.
Was that the conversation that your parents had? Were they fully supportive of a music career, or did they say, no, go get an education first?
Oh no. Well, I mean, I wasn't. I like I said, my mind was going to university anyway, and I wasn't even. To me, this was all just a game, right? To the other guys, I have to give them credit because they were pushing, like they
Hmm.
saw something that I really did, and I was like, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Um, but for me, I was just like gonna go to school. You know what I mean? I was gonna go to university until I fell in love with it. Like I said, up until then, it was just girls. And I don't know when that switch happened, but at some point I realized, no, wow, I actually love doing this. I love being on stage. I love music. I love singing. I love the reactions we get. Like I loved it. And so I remember it was my first year of university, and we had an opportunity to open for Usher in Edmonton.
Wow.
And so we would need to spend like 3 weeks out there because it was like Usher and there was a bunch of different shows and whatnot. And I would be missing a lot of time. And so I went to my parents and I said, listen, I've got this opportunity, really love to do this, but I need to take a semester off.
Mhm.
And my mom didn't speak to me for like 2 weeks. I swear to you. And my it was pretty tense inside that house. I was living at home. It was pretty tense. But finally my dad came to me one day and he was just like, you know what? If you promise me that you will go back and you will finish, he's like, you go do your thing. Go ahead. And that was the go ahead. I took a semester off. We did the usher thing. We had a great time, and then I came back, and there was nothing else that was happening. And that's the crazy thing. You know what I mean? Like it was just like we had this moment, and then it was just silence. And so I had been working at the movie theater, and I decided, okay, well, cool. I'll just keep on working in the movie theater. I'm not going to school. So I took a 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. shift in the arcade because that's what was available. And I was doing that every day. It was a full-time job. And I tell you, nothing made me want to go back to school more than that. And in January, I went back. Man, handing out change to kids that are coming in during their lunch break, man, every single day. I was just like, no, my life is meant for more.
I don't want
More.
to have to do this on a daily basis. What
No.
was the feeling like that you had when Dad said, "You know what, son? If you want to do this, you go ahead." Because I know when you're young, you have that safety net of your parents
Yeah.
saying no because
Yep.
they know they're going to catch you if you know you're not successful. Sometimes when they say, "Yeah, you know what? Go, do it." There's a little sense of fear that, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I'm going to get to do this. And there's a fear of the unknown. What was the feeling that you had when Dad said, "You know what, son, you want to do this? Go ahead."
You know, it was relief because, in terms of like my family and I are extremely close. Like, my sister, myself, and my parents, extremely close. And so, to get the go ahead from him, especially, was something special. And it was more of a relief because I knew in my heart that I actually was going to keep that promise. I was going to go back no matter what. I was going to go back and I was going to finish, and no matter how long it took. So for me, it was just like, okay, cool. I've got some time to try this out because it wasn't like I wasn't thinking in my head, this is it. Like it's all just gonna like explode now and we're gonna become stars. I've always been grounded in somewhat reality, even though I am a dreamer. There's still a part of me that is like a business person at all times. And I knew what the reality was. And so it was just like, cool, thank you. Thank you for trusting me
Mhm.
in the fact that I am actually going to go back and do what I said I'm going to get done. But at the same time, you're giving me this opportunity to potentially, do something even greater and become a star and like live these new dreams that I have.
Let's get into one of the songs that Sean wrote. This love song is the latest release from Sean. It was released in August of 2024, produced by Joel Josephs, and gives us a nostalgic return to the R&B sounds of the 90s. Let's take a listen to singer-songwriter Sean Jones and his song, If It Isn't Love.
Sean Jones in it.
Yeah, yeah. I told her love was a game with cards I wasn't dealing. I said my heart was too cold to ever catch a feeling. Call me Picasso, I know the art of up and leaving. But she told me this was a journey, so don't stop believing. Why is our love so complicated? Break up, make up, drive ourselves crazy. 1 minute we're vexed, the next elated. If this is love, is it worth saving? But we push on through the fog and the haze. Are we really in love or just stuck in the maze? I guess some lessons are blessings and some lessons keep us stressing. Maybe this thing is a blessing, or will it break our hearts? Yeah. Been sitting here all alone and I'm just trying to figure it out. Why my heart keeps coming back when you just fill me with doubt. Every time you leave, my heart aches. But when you're here with me, my heart starts to break. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. You can't love what you can't hold. Never thought I would let her in. Now it's too late, maybe it's fate. This is somewhere I've never been. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why do you stay on my mind? And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. If it isn't love, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, late night, late fights, we make up, make love, then argue. Then the minute you leave, goddamn, I've lost the thoughts of you. ever been. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why do you stay on my mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Why does it hurt make so me feel so sad inside?
Yeah. Came through mean, looking evergreen. Chasing a dream we ain't never been. Chasing a scene we ain't never seen. If it ain't love, girl, just come clean. We come together, we fall apart. We fall apart, you haunt my heart. We begin again, it's hard to start. Stumbling, wondering what we are. I'm blessed to be next to she. Destiny, ain't love set me free. You're my sweetness, you're my ecstasy. I wanna be down till we rest in peace.
Does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad inside. Hey, if it isn't love, oh, tell me, baby, tell me, oh, I don't wanna hurt you, I don't wanna leave you, but I gotta know, baby, I've gotta know.
Sean Jones in it.
That was If It Isn't Love by Sean Jones. Sean, a great song, obviously a love song, right in the title. What's the song about, and what is the inspiration? What was the inspiration to write this song?
Oh, I love to write about, I find relationships fascinating, and I just find people fascinating. I probably should have been a psychologist, to be honest with you, because there really is no just black and white. Like, there's gray in almost everything. And just the way that relationships can go, one person does one thing, the other person does the next thing, and they just don't realize why it is that they're doing the things that they're doing. And it could lead to all kinds of problems, or it could make them come really close together. But at some point, there's going to be issues. Anyways, I've had this experience over and over again in my relationships over the years. I'm with someone now that is absolutely wonderful. But yeah, you get to that point where it's just like you're arguing, and you think you love her or him or her or whatever, and then like I said, you argue, and then all of a sudden you spend a little bit of time apart and you're back in love again. And then all of a sudden another thing comes up, the smallest of things, and it turns into this big, massive argument, and you need to spend some time away from each other. But then you miss each other. And so you got to come back to them. And it's just this, and it's just asking yourself, is this love? Is it love? Is it really love? Is this what this is going to be for the rest of my life? And I think, and as well, there's this crazy thought that, love is supposed to be all beautiful and wonderful, and it's just roses all the time. And it's not, man. Relationships are complicated, and you're going to go not in and out of love, but you're definitely going to feel the waves and the tides, and you're going to have to move with them. And that's just the way love is.
As some people say, I always love you. I just don't necessarily like you right now.
Like you, exactly.
How do people find out more about you, Sean? What's the website? What are the socials and the streaming? Where do they go to find out more about you, your music, and where you are going to be performing?
All right. Well, the best place is just SeanJonesMusic.com. You can find out everything about me. And it's Sean spelled like Sean Connery, SEAN. SeanJonesMusic.com. If you're on Instagram, Sean Jones Music is the handle. Twitter, or X, I guess it's called now, Sean Jones Music. And Facebook, it is my Sean Jones, because I am your Sean Jones. So I will be my Sean Jones at that's the Facebook handle. And yeah, man, just Spotify. You can find a link to all my Spotify stuff on any one of those platforms. So,
You've been in conversation with Sean Jones. Sean, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.